Well, over here we've got Quazzi starting next to decent expansion and I guess nice starting position. Liquius on the other hand starting at a weaker start, but the expansions in general tend to be a lot closer. I mean, apart from all this, he's got a lot more close around the sides. Which, to be fair, this, it does look fairly even because of the amount of distance he has to cover to get to expansions. I hope he's being sarcastic here. But the 1P Gen Formex build from both, followed by Bot Factory. It's pretty standard. What will be interesting is what units come out of here, whether it's just bot engineers or not. Because it can be useful sometimes to get some doxes out, or yeah, they're called docs now. It just helps with the economy really, not having them extra engineers sucking at power. But assisting engineers from both first, pretty standard really, not much to say. Oh, then taking both the engineers to go find mexes, which is good. It's definitely something you need to do on weak positions. Not sure how I feel about 2 engineers assisting. But they've gone to get mexes, which is good also. Actually, this looks exactly the same as my build, with getting the energy storage directly after the 5th power generator. Whereas Quazzi here has gone up to 7. He really needs the energy storage to help out, which I hope he gets soon. It's a lot of engineers on a mechs building. And an idle commander, that's not very good. Not at this stage in the game, anyway. Oh. Air factory for Liquius just going up. Whereas the air factory here has been done for a while. Building scout planes. I tend to myself just go for either bombers or straight up hummingbirds, but scout planes can work. I mean, they are the best, like for finding the opponent, but they don't do much else apart from that. Which is a bit of a pain. Liquius needs to throw up his second factory pretty soon for more engineers. Where Quazzi's thrown it up pretty well. Looks about the right eco as well. That's fairly nice. We've got some doxes coming out of this initial factory to protect. By the looks of it, yeah. Might be a wise decision instead of building the docks to build a bomber. they do pretty well at defending. Coming out of here, is this a unit factory or engineer? Looks, it's an engineer factory, that's good. Some light defences going up. I mean, I think this is kind of early. Not sure how I like that. I don't... it does seem too early for building the laser turrets. You tend to build them last. After you've built all the mexes, you build the laser turrets afterwards. Tends to work better that way. Because you haven't got as many opposing units coming in to try and kill your engineers. You can delay them till after. But it looks like both players starting off with a docks factory spam. It's supposed to be a fabricator. Yeah, good. Now this is being built in the wrong place. He should have found him by now. But this factory here should be down here, not up there. Because it's far... like, that's a really far distance. And even if you try and go that way, it's, you know, it's too far. Build them here, they only have to travel over this way. But it looks to me like Quazzi hasn't actually found him yet, because all these doxes are heading out this way. But still. Decent expansion, but he needs more engineers quickly to go for the rest of the expansion. You will have a good few sets of engineers going out. Whereas both players still only have the one set. Although it looks like this is another set going out here. Oh, that's a really quick T2 factory. Which must have gotten destroyed by a scout plane, maybe? Not too much in the water for him to take, so I'm not entirely sure why he's building naval. It might help, but naval is a glass cannon at the moment, so it's kind of worthless. Yeah. Well, it looks like he's been found now, because he has actually found liquius. With these units being pushed this way. And hey, we have the factories being built closer, that's nice. But this is, there's no real reason to be building this so early. It's a waste of resources. And he should really be having a second factory building more engineers here. One good thing about this naval though is that I could potentially deny all of these mexes, which is nice. But other than that, they're kind of worthless. Raiding party coming in after these had run away. Will this turret get up in time? Looks like it. Unless they stop and try and take these out, which is happening. Should be bringing these over. But he hasn't realised yet. Still no movement on these doxes. I hope he hasn't forgot about these. So that would be a bit unfortunate. They're in a nice position to actually deny all of these mexes. Potentially ruin the lives over here. Liquius has stopped with the expansions though, which is a bit unfortunate because he really needs to keep going. Whereas quazzi has been keeping on going, but I suppose it's not too bad at the moment. But he definitely needs more T1 factories, a lot more. Far more. Maybe even like on different parts of the planet, if he built some over here. To go in from behind and deny all of these expansions. He really needs to move these units over here. Oh, levelers coming out of this factory. Wonder if he actually has the eco to do this or not, because that takes a lot. As you can see, down in the bottom left there, it's minus 10 metal per tick. Per engineer, and he's got what? 8 engineers on there? And then the factory itself. If controlled correctly, these levelers will hold off this force pretty easily. Just curious as to where these are going. You're going to make another base up here? Planning on doing with these? They're going into the wrong areas. Some nice expanding from quazzi, but there's not enough turrets through here. Against a decent player, you're gonna have units running through. And especially the ones closer to the enemy definitely need to go down as turrets first. Since you have no units to back them up. And this is not good. If you end up getting reduced to building a turret wall, that's when you're gonna lose. But this leveler right here should clean up these 3. One shot from it and this one will die, and then 2 from this. Yeah, this is really bad. These units should have been building more factories rather than turrets. I mean, sure, you're going to defend against this, but in the long run, you're going to lose because of a lack of units. Although these 2 levelers, if he's not careful, he could, well, if quazzi's not careful, he could kill the commander. If he knows where it is, though. Oh, but quazzi's realised that and he's moving away. Yeah, this is not a good position to be in for Liquius. Lack of expansion has caused him not to be able to build as much, even though he's probably overflowing at the moment. There's still so many mexes to be taken by Quazzi. Looks like that's gone up pretty quickly, so he might not be power stalling at all. Got a whole bunch more of Tech 2 factories coming out, which is okay. I'd like to see more T1 being built, because they're a good they're a good source of meat shield. Especially against T2 defences anyway. It's much harder for catapults to hit T2 units if you have a whole bunch of T1 mixed in. Again, this group, if this group moves in through the power, he could do so much damage. That's on the assumption that he actually defends against this push, which I don't think he will. His commander's making a run for it, maybe towards the ocean. But it's the game's kind of over. The units that were up here have been destroyed. And this army here is going to just keep on running through. Hmm? Oh no, not a nuke, man! What are you thinking? Why? Well, this game's over. That nuke's never gonna finish. It's never gonna finish. Not on this income. And this game's over currently. All Quazzi has to do is just keep pushing in, and it'll be fine. Don't know, there's not much else to say really, it's just a waiting game now. Looks like he was having power problems. Why bother building the nuke if you're then going to go back to building more catapults? This game over here? Right, P? He catches the commander. It doesn't stop. Well, GG, I guess.